Hi guys, welcome back to the Anything Everything podcast. Okay, hi guys. We're already on episode 2 and today we're going to cover something very important. It's the whole fiasco about entering your 20s. What does it feel like? So in general, Anita, how do you feel entering your 20s next year?
I think the reason we even decided to kind of shoot this episode was because we
We
are
are
going to
entering
turn
20
20
next year.
next year, and it's a very weird feeling, I would say.
Weird is the right
Yeah,
word.
I feel really happy, but it's also like you're entering a new era of your life and it demands so much of you,
That's
because
true.
people all around you say that you have to have your life figured out, you need to have your career chosen, ready to go, you need to make sure you invest well.
Settle things
Yeah,
down.
then all of it, like your career has to be settled down, your relationship life has to be settled down, your side income, hobbies, whatever, you need to be on top of your game.
All
And
figured out.
all of that is a little too much. It's very overwhelming. So
Mm-hmm.
I think people aren't scared of turning 20 or turning 30, they're just scared of the implications of that age.
Mm-hmm.
Because when people turn 30, they get scared. Oh my god,
I'm 30.
yeah, and how am I not on top of my game? How have I not received that promotion at work? Or
Hmm.
why am I not married yet, or whatever? When in reality, you're not scared of turning 30.
It's just the pressure that comes along with
Yeah.
it.
So that's why we decided that we should talk about this,
The
because I
20.
know that so many people feel this.
Yeah. And plus, all our life, it's always the ones. And now suddenly it's going to be the twos. Actually, as you said, it's not about the number in general, but it's about the responsibilities that come along with it.
Yeah.
It's more about the pressures and all the work that you'll have to deal with as and when you enter your 20s gradually.
Yeah, I think people take a lot of pressure from what everybody else around tells them, whether it's your parents, whether it's your friends. And I think that's why the 20s are such a detrimental time of your life, I feel. Like it's very much a roller coaster, and you need to realize what your own values and morals are. Because imagine, if we meet someone after years, and we are 24, 25, and you find out that they're extremely successful in their career, they're doing so well, and you might not be doing so well,
Mhm.
then the whole cycle of comparison starts, and that's really bad. That's so bad.
Comparing yourself anytime is
It's
just
bad.
bad because you are you.
Yeah, and honestly, you are in your 20s is the time to figure life out, and
Yeah.
there are people who reach 40 and they change their career.
Yeah.
So I feel it's
It's just
okay.
not about even careers, it's just about your life in general. Like, it's okay to
Yeah.
not have it all figured out, at your 20. You might as well figure it out all step by step gradually. Also, I wanted to ask you, do you feel pressured to like have it all figured out in your 20s as most people would feel?
I think I do feel pressured, and
Yeah.
I will tell you, it's not even like a extrinsic pressure. I think most people take that pressure on
Intrinsic. Yep.
themselves. Because I have great parents, I think I'm very happy to have a really nice support system of friends as well, who are so nice and kind, and all of us just want to lift each other up. But then you have that own fear that I need to make it in this
Hmm.
much time, and I need to be able to do all of these things in this much time. You feel like you're part of that race when you shouldn't. I try to talk myself out of it most of
Yeah.
the times, and it helps. But then there are one two moments in everybody's life when
That you
you
just,
feel
yeah.
I should do something, or why has this not happened for me yet, when in reality it's just not my time. And when it's going to happen for me, it will happen.
Hmm.
So I think you also feel pressure, right?
I mean, yeah, as she said, there are like times where you do feel pressured, especially when you look at your peers or your acquaintances around you, and you figure out ki, are they are being, they are so successful in something or the other, or they have a perfect job, they have a perfect this, and you might not have
Yeah.
something or the other. So there are those moments in everyone's life where you just feel you're not doing anything at all, and then most of the time, I just feel like life should not be a race.
It should not be, period.
Maybe like if you consider it as a race, every moment of your life you'll be debating as to what should I do next, and that's not how things are supposed to work. If you constantly keep planning for the future, sometimes the present also gets kind of what's it just gets messed up
Yeah, it
sometimes.
gets muddled up.
Like, rather than it is role firstly, it's like it is important to plan for the future as well, but sometimes planning always like three steps ahead instead of present, like focusing on the present, sometimes it becomes like a blur area.
And I do think it's like some people either live in the past or they live in the future.
Yeah,
Nobody lives in the present.
present.
And that's a bit of a problem, because I understand that planning for your future is very important, but I think it's even more important to kind of be grateful for the things you have now. And the only way you can even alter your future is if you work in the present and you work on yourself in the present. So
Hmm.
people need to like start doing that. We all need to start doing
Doing
that.
it, yeah.
And I think 20s do come with that connotation of, I need to start dating by this age, or I need to have that part of my life also figured out. And people start getting worried ki, oh, all the other things in my life are kind of sorted,
One
but
thing
why
is
is,
not
yeah.
sorted.
So, and that could be anything. Like you might have a good relationship, but you might not be getting like a good job
Hmm.
that you have always wanted to do. You might have everything figured out, but you might still mentally not be doing right. There are all of these things that could go wrong. But I just feel like 20s, at least the early 20s or whatever you think, it should just be for taking risks. Because you're never going to take, you're never going to
That's
get
true.
this time
Yeah.
back. Like you're in your 20s, like you're supposed to be so happy about that. This is the best time to travel
Yes,
with
like
your friends.
that's, you won't believe. I was just thinking about it. Like,
Like I need a Europe trip with Prisha, all of our friends. I need that. And honestly, the reason I'm even thinking of, I need to work, is so that I can enjoy
yeah, yeah,
traveling and
same.
doing things with my friends. It's like,
Same.
yeah.
It's so much fun. Just like take a spontaneous trip, pick up a new hobby, do something, adopt a pet if you want,
If you want, yeah.
just, like start talking to new people, have new friends, just enjoy and breathe and just understand your life in general.
Yeah, and I do feel life should be quite unserious. Like you need to, at the
That's,
end of the day,
yeah.
bigger picture, you need to treat it unserious. Because if you start nitpicking every small thing, then you're never going to be happy.
Mhm.
So I think, as if you're in your 20s, I think you should just give yourself grace to fail. Like
Acceptance.
accept, and it's okay if you fail. Like that's how you know that you're going to succeed later on. I know I have failed quite a few times, but that doesn't mean that I'm not successful. So you just like come back up and you do better, and it's fine. And it literally, it's in the bigger picture, none of that matters.
Yeah, she said embracing your feelings, especially when you're in your 20s, is very important, because if you're not ready to accept your past, like if you're not ready as to, the things that occurred in your past, and if you're not ready to move on, you might just not be able to move on ever in
Yeah.
general. Embrace your failures, embrace it with grace, be grateful about things, and just live life a little bit unserious, as she said. Yeah,
Yeah, and
we are also not big, like, Gyani Babas or
yeah,
something.
I just feel like be alive and welcome every
Yeah,
feeling, as
because
you
it's our
said.
first shot too.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah,
So
we are
if you're
also
going to be
turning
happy,
20.
you're going to be happy.
Yeah,
And if you're sad, feel it.
feel it. Yeah.
Feel everything.
And it's not like as if everything will work out the way you want to in your 20s. Like, you might have planned something and something else might occur. Some friends that you thought who would stay with you, that would not be the case in your 20s. Oh, speaking on friendships, what do you think? Like, how do you think our friendship has changed since we met as to now that we're entering our 20s? Do you think it's
I,
evolved?
I do think it is evolved. I'll give you like an entire chronological order.
I love that.
Okay, so we met when we were in like 11th grade.
We were, wait, how old? We
Yeah,
were
yeah.
6, 17, 18.
16, 17.
Yeah, we were like in our
Yeah, 17.
teenage or
Yeah, teenage
something.
years.
Yeah.
And I really liked Prisha. I really liked her energy. But when you're in school, I think it's a little bit of a different sort of friendship. First we were always in the beginning of the friendship, so we
Yeah.
were still
We got
feeling,
to know each other
yeah, we were still
first.
feeling it out. We
Mhm.
didn't know how, I didn't know how Prisha was going to be. So it was all of like, okay, so she's like this.
Yeah.
But then I think when we entered college is when we became like really close. Now we have like finally found our footing.
Yeah.
And I think it's also important that when you enter your 20s, you need to learn how to expect a little less from your friends.
Very true.
I
Yeah.
think, because everybody is going to be building their own life. So you can't expect them to, hang out around you every time or text you all the time. It's different.
Yeah.
So I think friendships don't grow apart, they just grow up. And you have to learn how to deal with that. And if, I'm sorry, if that person matters to you, you will hold on to
Yeah,
them.
very true.
So you just have to figure that out.
Yeah. And plus your 20s friendships start becoming more, I think, mature, and you start to understand each other the way you maybe could not understand back when you were in your 16s or like 17s.
Yeah, I do believe that. And also, I feel the low key friendships
That's
survive a
important.
lot in life because you realize that you cannot expect too much of each other because you have your own things going on. And I think just showing up in some way or the other for your friends is all that matters. So if you keep doing that, I feel your friendship is going to survive decades. You just need to realize that the friendship has to work when you both put in effort. That's the only way it goes. So even if it's like one text message or like one small 5-minute call that you do with your friends like once a month or once every 2 months, I think that
That
works.
works.
That works.
This is a whole new chapter in general. It's like your 20s to 25, 26 is just all about yourself.
True. Prisha, I have a question for you. Like now that you're gonna enter your 20s, what is a good bucket list that you would have created for yourself
Oh my god.
that you want to achieve probably in the next 10 years?
What is that? Is that the AC?
Sorry for that. That was the AC. But we are back, and Prisha's gonna start continuing. I think the AC had a little bit of a problem with Prisha just like
It just
achieving
started
and
making a
manifesting a
noise.
lot of her life. So we'll see where it goes.
The first thing that I really want is getting a cat. And
Ooh.
these are all the
Okay.
things I really want. Like, I don't like care if it's like till 30 or something. It's just like what I want in
Yeah,
general.
exactly.
It's
Valid,
just
valid.
what it is. And secondly, I do want to go on a trip with you,
Girls trip.
especially.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
with all
I
our
will let
friends.
you know that if you get a cat, it'll take me quite some
Yeah,
time
she
to be
does that.
accustomed to her. I'm just scared of animals. I can look at them from afar, but I have used one of the, all of my friends
Do you
actually.
have some trauma story
Yeah,
associated?
I've
Oh
been
my
chased
god.
by at least 14 dogs on separate occasions in my life. So once I was on a cycle and at least 6 dogs chased my cycle, and then I had to stop and I got off, and there was like a ladder in my society which led to this small like area on top. So I sat there for like half an hour and they were just barking. And I was, yeah, I was dying basically.
Wait, I genuinely did not know.
Yeah, that's where my fear starts. I actually, anytime I see a dog in front of me, I use one of my friends as a shield. So I just push them in front of it and then I walk around.
But like, I thought you prefer cats over dogs.
I do because they're quieter, but still even then I'm
Thoda.
apprehensive. Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
I'm very
god.
wary around them.
I did
But
not
if you
know.
get a good cat, I'll be fine. It was very scary.
As you said about dogs, I had a very bad experience with a cow.
A cow.
So we were somewhere, and this is a real story, by the way. I was really young, and so we just like there was like a staircase. So we came down, and the car was right next to the staircase. It was a temple. नीचे उतरे और गाड़ी वहीं पे थी. So we opened the door, and तभी my father, he's like कि wait, I can hear something. And this is real. We turned around, and I thought there were two cows like fighting with their horns and everything. And I kid you not, I was so traumatized and I was really young. And the way we all dashed inside the car, because they were like they went like insane. They were like fighting, and they literally in 2 minutes the whole road was like cleared. They were
That
like
would
breaking
traumatize me.
things, and it was so scary because they were right there, and me and my mom could not open the door of the car, and my mom is like, this is the end, Prisha, this is the end. And my dad he's like screaming, he's like, why is the door not
That
opening?
is scary.
And I was traumatized. So yeah, cows
That
is
is very
just not
scary.
for me.
Yeah, I've also had a similar experience with monkeys where we went. I know this is quite off topic, but we really need to share this. So I remember we went to climb some castle, some old castle in India only
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah, yeah.
And it was me, my parents, my brother, and two of our friends. And we went upstairs, and there were quite a few monkeys. And suddenly, I think 30, 40 monkeys charged at us. And because they saw my mother was holding a bag with bottles in it, and they got very like,
Oh my god.
yeah, and they really liked it. So they snatched the bag from my mom and they charged at us. And I got separated from my family and I had to hide behind some auntie,
Oh my
and I
god.
was hiding behind her, and I don't know why, but I got very irrational, and I kept telling her that please, I hope we don't die, and I hope it doesn't kill us and stuff.
Me
And
and
then
my
she
mom with
was
the
like,
cow.
it's fine, it's not going to be that bad. And one monkey actually tried to sit on my head
Oh my, I
because
would.
they were up, like
Oh my
all
god,
up
no.
and down too, so
I
that was scary.
I can't. I think I would just be traumatized for the rest of my life.
Yeah,
I
so
can't.
if you like an animal, then you should get it, but if you don't, there is no need.
Literally all of this for just the animal thing.
Yeah.
That's that's our story for all the animals.
Yeah,
What about
exactly.
you, Anahita? Is there a special sort of bucket
Yeah,
list?
I have quite a few things that I want to do. To do like a hike
Oh
alone
my god, me
in
and
nature.
hikes. That's we very
Yeah,
different.
she's not ready for that. We'll go to a city with Prisha.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
better.
we'll do that. Then I want to try. I don't know if I'll actually end up doing it, but I want to try bungee jumping.
Oh my god.
It's scary.
Wait,
I'm
is it the one where
No, you
you?
jump
Oh my
down with the
god. Oh
rope.
god.
Yeah.
My
I also
brain
get
could
scared
never.
of that, but I want to try it.
Yeah, she is kind of a risk taker
Then
like that.
just as like I want to write a book, but I no
I
no.
have been saying it.
Yeah, but I want it to be like
Yeah, a proper one.
bestseller. Yeah, so I'm counting my days. We will wait. We'll see. You know,
You
life is too long.
you
I can
would
write
like
anytime.
rock it. Genuinely.
Hopefully one day.
Yeah, no.
And I really want to be a really good cook.
Cook.
Yeah,
Like
like
oh
a
my god.
chef.
My me and cooking goes
Like
like
just
that.
imagine that. I think when you're in your 20s, I think that's so cool. Like if you call your friends home to host,
And oh
and
yeah,
everything you've made is your own,
is your own.
and it's not just like normal food, it's like
It's like good
something
food.
refined and
Hmm.
unique.
Once you learn properly how to cook, teach me.
I will teach you.
Like my
I
parents have
really need
just
to learn
given
how to
up
do
at this
that.
point.
I want to learn how to do that. Then I want to be like extremely good at French. And
French,
I
a
will
new
take
language. Yeah, that's
yeah,
good.
I will take a few steps for that. So I know basic, but I need to get better.
Oh my god, that's so lovely actually.
Yeah.
Even learning a new language is even on my bucket list. See, there are so many things we really want to do.
And
In
we will do
general,
them. We will do them.
this is all about like figuring it out in your 20s. It's not supposed to be all figured out right now. You will get overwhelmed at points. Just breathe.
And it's supposed to be fun.
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun.
Have fun, meet new friends, meet new people, go do the things you like, say things. It's fine. It's all going to be fine. And if you're going through a bad day or if you're going through a bad patch in your life, it means that it is not the end for you, because your life will end up being something good. And all you need to do is take certain actions and steps that you are going to be proud of. It doesn't matter what other people think, because at the end of the day, you are going to be alone.
Very true.
And when you sit with your thoughts, you need to be comfortable with the person you are,
Hmm.
not other people.
Self love is very critical in especially 20s is really really taking care of yourself, taking care of your mental peace. I feel it's very important because not just your surroundings, you yourself as a person also develops a lot new qualities, or just your nature or something or the other will change. Except that, accept everything. It's going to take time, because it's such a big path in your life. You're entering the 20s. But just, as you said, it's going to be fun.
And stick to your own morals and
Hmm.
opinions.
Hmm.
Don't change them for other people. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't grow.
Yeah,
Like, allow yourself the opportunity to
to
grow,
grow.
learn new things. And when you learn new things, if that does change your ideology a little, that's fine.
That's
That means
fine.
you're, maybe heading into the right direction that is good for you.
Hmm.
So, keep doing that and have faith in yourself.
Yeah. Just, yeah, as you said, live life thoda nonchalantly. And if changes do occur in your life, and if sometimes things don't work out the way they're supposed to be, which is going to happen at numerous stages in your life, it's going to be okay. Yeah.
Give yourself grace
Yeah.
and it will all be fine.
And even if you're panicking, panic for a couple of days and then just
Yeah.
be okay with it.
And I heard it somewhere that, even if you're scared, do it scared.
Yeah,
Like, do it scared, do it unhappy, do it angry, whatever it is, just do it. Because you're probably not going to get that opportunity again. So make sure you take it, no matter what it is. It could be literally anything. Just do it. Just find out, just experience that. Even if it's a short experience, whether it's a long
take
one.
it.
Just take it. and see where it goes, because at the end of the day I feel we are all building up lore.
Hmm.
Just build stories,
Yeah,
take that, and I think that's what's so wonderful.
I like this. Build stories.
Yeah, build your lore, build your stories. Yes,
And just take one step at a time. Be gradual, be patient.
be patient.
Be It's very important to be patient, because it's just like, if you're not patient from here, everything's just going to
Everything's gonna fall apart.
everything is going to fall apart.
Yeah, and again, as we said, give yourself grace and you're going to be fine.
Yeah, you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
It's just a new chapter of your life. There are many more stages to, or still yet to come.
Yeah, and we also wanted this to be kind of like a message to our future
Yeah.
selves, that imagine us like looking back and seeing like this kind of letter that we are writing to our, you know this welcoming our new decade.
This is kind of like a documentary that we're
Yeah,
trying
and
to
we're just
do.
documenting the kind of an advent of our new era and entering our 20s. So maybe we look in maybe 5 6 years. And before we end today's episode, I think I would just like to say that all of this that we have said, we are also, as Prisha said, just trying to figure it out and trying to find our place in what our life is going to be like. And I know so many of us are going through the same boat. So finding each other through this, tumultuous journey is very important. So find your people, like-minded people, different people, whatever that works for you, and stick with them.
Hmm.
Because when you surround yourself with people who you love, I think it just adds experience to life. And cry with them, dance with
Yeah.
them, do everything, and you're going to be fine.
Share all the phases of
Yeah.
your life. It's going to be fine.
Okay, so I guess we're done.
Yes.
And I think if you like this episode, please comment, like, and share. And if you want any new suggestions, or you
Do
are
let
going
us
to,
know.
yeah, please let us know. Drop them in the comments, and we will check it out. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.